Okay, sweetheart lady,
Whoa.
you got the last
All right.
words. Well, I'm going to ask him, then I'm going to ask you, and then Zach gets the last word. Are there any questions that I haven't asked you that you would like me to ask you?
Ah,
Okay. Actually, I'm going to do one. Okay,
please,
hang
you
on.
got one.
Okay,
Okay,
hang
I
on.
got more things.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
3, 2, 1. So, Doug, I'm a storyteller. I've been a storyteller for a long time, as have you.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's ones that kind of stand out.
Mm,
And you decided to, a while back, start a business called Your Legacy Story. Okay, because
yeah,
everybody's got a story.
that's right.
Do you remember, just out of curiosity, the first story that you did way back when?
I did one way back in the beginning, and I titled that one was an Easter story. And that story was where this girl, she was about 28 years old at the time. No, she was 18. She was 18. And her experience, she got so sick, and it ended up being a health concern where everyone in her family was very, very concerned. A lot of faith and prayers to help her through this whole process. And she had some experiences that she was willing to tell her story to her family that were very deep and involved, very spiritual, very close to Jesus Christ. And they shared that with me because her health was such that she'd go for a month and not even know she was asleep that month. She was so being not anesthetized, but just sedated to get through this because the pain was so much. And her mother would talk about these stories. And this came out to be such an emotional experience. That's when I really saw that there's something, everyone has that experience inside of them, regardless of how they want to view God or anything else, but they have these experiences. And she says, something happened to me. I'm closer to my family now. I went through these experiences. Their mother was talking about it. And that affected me on the inside so much that I said, I want to continue to do this with everybody's story.
That's kind of what I was looking for, because here's the thing, and I'm going to share a little story with you.
Okay.
The reason why I do what I do. 12 years old, little ADHD kid before they knew what it was.
Yeah.
I had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
I had one guy that was my guy,
Okay.
one positive male role model.
Yeah.
It was my grandfather. 12 years old, I got a cassette recorder for Christmas, and he let me interview him. He told me all kinds of cool stuff. Found out that he was actually a chauffeur in Hollywood during the Depression.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, wow. So when he passed away, he was a sharp dresser,
Yeah.
and I inherited his abalone cufflinks. So I have a hat called the George that incorporates those. But when I was 19 years old, my grandfather passed away.
Mm.
The last words that my grandfather said on this earth were, "Please remember me." So the reason why family heritage stories exist is to help give people ideas and examples from the past to help shape the future. Because to me, if stories do not get passed down from generation to generation, they are lost. And those people are forgotten.
They are.
And I've made a promise.
Okay.
So
I love it.
why? What's your why?
I appreciate what you just said, and I agree with you on that. People, within 3 generations, they're forgotten. If there's not something that keeps a record of them, they're forgotten. But there is something about people's stories and people's experiences. And I absolutely love that because I want to know what they did and why they did it. And I've had other stories where they talk about their love stories when they're in the war and those kinds of things. You forget all of these things. That generation, a lot of them don't want to tell the story. That's just kind of how they were. They didn't say much about it. But there's so many good stories that I want to grab that and say, you did that? You actually accomplished that? Well, no, I don't know, and I'm glad you told me. But I completely agree with you. How do we remember? We need to have a record. So what happened? Why was that interesting? How come this was so great? Why was it so hard? How did you get through it? maybe I can learn something by getting through it the way you got through it. And so we want to learn from the previous generation. But I agree, if we don't remember this, if we don't keep track of this, we just forget it, and we just think that we're the first ones plowing this field when others have helped us.
Well, and admittedly, it's kind of like when we were at Roots Tech, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, if I told people that I have a TV show about genealogy, now the Roots Tech people are going to love it, but the reality is most people go,
Yeah.
But if I tell you I have a story about a TV show about family history, well, okay, maybe. But if I say we have a TV show that helps give you ideas and examples
Yes.
of how to pass stories down from generation to generation, they go, okay.
Yeah.
And that's why we're excited to be able to partner with My Legacy Story, because we want, again,
Yeah.
blush you, but you do house calls. I don't. Okay. And for more information and to see the rest of this interview with Doug Crockett, don't go to my website, go to his, mylegacystory.com. We'll be right back.